Hey, what's up, guys? Coming out with a video, and today I want to continue my What If series there. Technically, this has been a while since I did this What If there, but what if Naruto had a sister? Part 24, or I think it's part 24 there. So, in the last part, in part 23, there we see Naruto and Naruto actually arrived to the island there when they totally arrived to the island there and stuff like that. Mostly Killer B was technically going to train Naruto and Naruto there. Technically, he was going to technically train him and stuff. Technically, he technically refused it there, but they technically pleased him, and mostly Naruto was actually saying to Killer B, saying you're the Toby's, you're the Chichiro 8 tails there. And she kind of said that to him. He's like, and then technically he said we have the Nine Tails on us, and technically Kobe totally agreed there to actually teach him how to control the Nine Tails. They face their hateful selves and stuff like that when they're when they both get their Naruto went over to the statue. Well, technically they take on their hateful selves there, and they actually got past the hateful selves. And most of Naruto did is like a little trick there, and Naruto got mad at him and punched him in the head. And mostly, they're trying to do their chakra control there and try to make it more efficient there. They mostly broke the chakra control there and mostly they're taking on the Nine Tails there, but they mostly got helped by Kushina and Minato there. Naruto was definitely getting helped by Kushina there. Naruto was definitely getting helped by Minato there to actually pin down the Nine Tails. And mostly they fully control the Nine Tails at this point. Naruto and Naruto telling fully control it there. And mostly they ran outside. Haruka stops them and says, don't go anywhere and stuff like that. And they're like, why? What the fuck is going on? Why there was a war going on and stuff like that. And he told them there was a war going on and stuff like that. Was what he was telling them. And mostly he let him go. Councils got pissed off at Haruka because they let Naruto and Naruto go. And that stuff happens there. They get out of the island with Killer B and they're on their way to the battlefield. So that was in part 23. So it was going to part 24 there with Naruto and his sister. Technically. So in the next part there we see mostly stuff actually plays out the same there with the Raikage and Tsunade trying to stop Naruto there, and Killer B and Naruto, and Killer B there. They're like, get out of our way and stuff like that. Like the Raikage really wanted to take on Naruto and Naruto there, and mostly they technically passed him up and stuff like that, using both their flying things and stuff like that, and stuff like that. And then Killer B still does like he does in the original series, headbutts and stuff like that. That still plays out the same until we get to where technically they release, or technically uh, when uh, when uh, when Itachi technically releases the Genjutsu there against Kabuto. So the Kabuto fight plays out the same there with Itachi and Sasuke and stuff like that. Mostly Itachi releases the jutsu there, or the the summoning jutsu. He technically releases it there, and mostly everybody technically died there and stuff like that. They're going up in the clouds and stuff, including Itachi, and mostly Sasuke was talking to his team there, and then he's like, hand me that woman over there. They're like, why? And stuff like that. And like in the original series, he's like, I had to bring someone back there. Mostly they were seeing Akko on the ground. Technically, Sasuke released the seal there. He goes to the curse release seal, and he takes on fucking Orochimaru because Orochimaru's like, oh, I'm gonna take your body, Sasuke. I'm gonna take it and stuff like that. And then they take him on and stuff like that. Sasuke kicks fucking Orochimaru's ass there, like he goes in the stairs. It's like, well, you got stronger there and stuff like that. And then he's like, tell me where this thing is happening there. He's like, well, the war is going on right now, but we have to go somewhere you might know. So mostly we see Sasuke, and like mostly stuff plays out the same there. Like they release Connie there. They mostly release her into the thing there and stuff like that. And mostly they summon mostly Orochimaru does summon the first Hokage, the second Hokage, the third Hokage, and the fourth Hokage. Technically all the four Kages there. Technically he summons there and stuff like that. And then they're like, whoa, why we're back and stuff like that. And then they're like, Orochimaru, what are you doing and stuff like that. And then he's like, well, we have to go on the battlefield and stuff like that. And then he's like, we have like a war going on. And they're like, wait, a war? What the fuck and stuff. And then mostly the technically Sasuke was saying something about what actually happened to the Uchihas and stuff like that. It still happens. The first Hokage was technically talking about how he took on Madara there. That still happens there and stuff like that. So mostly they're like, let's go off there. Let's go to the battlefield and stuff like that. And Minato was like saying, he's like, hold on, Naruto, he's like, I finally get to see Naruto and Naruto in a long time. He's like, I'm on my way and stuff like that. So technically, when that was going on with that stuff there, technically Naruto and Naruto were taking on Madara there. And then, well, technically not really Madara, but they're taking on Obito there, and we'll see. Obito was technically fighting them with the Madara's max and stuff like that. And he's like, Naruto. Technically, he was going right through him and stuff like that. And they're like, damn, how the fuck are we doing and stuff like that. And technically, Akashi knows like he did in the original series there. Naruto uses his Rasengan there, and Naruto uses her Rasengan. They're like, oh, he both has both of his hands out. He's like, I got both of you, and I'm about to touch him, and they get warped, and they're like, wait, what? Madara's like, wait, what the fuck? And then they're like, no more to run, and then boom, Naruto and Naruto uses the Rasengans, technically knocking the destroying the whole max. So like something like in the original series, Naruto broke like half the max off, and it just then he just ripped it off. Technically, they technically destroy the whole max, so we get to see his face there, like, and then Akashi was surprised. He's like, "Wait, Obito? That's really you?" and stuff like that. And then he's like, "How you know, Kachi? We did this thing a long time ago," and stuff like that. And he's like, yeah, but that was a long time ago and stuff like that. How are you alive? I thought you got crushed by those rocks a long time ago. He's like, I survived for all these years and stuff like that. You didn't even know. Even I saw you kill Rain and stuff like that. And and then Naruto and Naruto are like, who's Rain and stuff to Akashi? And he's like, that was a long time ago, Obito. I didn't really mean to kill her and stuff like that. And and then mostly he was like tough luck and stuff like that. So technically, when that was going on with that stuff there, technically he throws the big shuriken there, and Naruto technically block it there, and they're like, they both said it there. They're like, we're not gonna let you hurt our. They're like, we're not gonna let you hurt our teammates, and we're never. They're like, we're not gonna let you hurt our friends and stuff like that. We're not gonna let you hurt our comrades. We're not gonna ban our comrades. Naruto and Naruto actually said that. They're like, well, this is pretty interesting there, Akashi. You actually teach these kids and stuff like that. And he's like, technically fighting it out there. Obito and Naruto technically are fighting it there. Um, they're like they're like no way and stuff, and like and then mostly Kakashi was actually saying he gets still cut like in the original series where he gets cut like his vest gets cut still, and and then he said, "What are you dream or what are you trying to protect these kids for?" And he's like, "I'm trying to protect the current Naruto and Naruto there." And he's like, "You don't have no ground to stand on and stuff like that." And he's like, "Tough luck." And then we get to see where technically the Ten Tails comes out of nowhere, and they're like, "Wait, the Eight Tails and Nine Tails not been distracted? How the heck the Ten Tails has been revived and stuff like that?" And they're like, because Madara just comes up in the middle. He's like, "Well, Obito, you did pretty well to revive the Ten Tails." He's like, "Yeah, I didn't really did that much, Madara, but I tried to do this there." And he's like, "Oh, the two halves of the Nine Tails are here, and also the Eight Tails is here. We need to catch them pretty quickly uh, before they escape." He's like, "Right," and stuff like that. And then the Tento's like, and stuff like that. Mostly trying to smash him, then mostly they're like, "Oh crap," and stuff like that. So the Tentos is trying to crush him and stuff like that. And then out of nowhere, technically the Tsunade and Orochimaru find was technically uh, still plays out the same there and stuff like that. Um, Mostly when that was going on with that stuff there, uh, we see the Hokage have arrived there. The first, second, and third jump in there, and they're like, "We can handle the Ten Tails there, or we can handle Madara there we can handle Madara there and stuff like that." So mostly they were going to say they're going to handle Madara, and we see Obito comes out of nowhere, or not Obito, freaking we see the fourth Hokage there, Minato comes out of nowhere, and he's like, Naruto's technically getting healed, Naruto's technically getting healed there by the medical team and stuff like that, and then and then he's like, "It's been a long time no see, Naruto and Naruto," and then Naruto was like, "Good time and dad," and so and like he said in the original series, and then Naruto was like, she was pretty happy to see him, and she's like, "Oh, hey there." Um, she's like, "Oh," and then he said, uh, and then he said to Naruto, he's like, "Hey Naruto, good job to keep carrying your brother there." She's like, "All these years when we were not around, thank you for taking care of Naruto there." And she's like, "Oh, thanks, Dad." So that's what technically Naruto was actually saying there. And then Naruto was actually looking at, Minato was actually looking at Naruto there, and most of Sakura was telling him him, and he's like, "Hey Naruto, that's your girlfriend there?" And then he's like, "Yep," and stuff like that. And he's like, "You idiot!" Boom. And then freaking he's like, "Ah, damn it, Sakura, why you hit me and stuff like that." And then Naruto was like, "Sakura, what are you doing that for?" And stuff like that. And then uh, and then Yubito is like, "Oh wow, she is like Kushina and stuff like that." and and stuff like that. And then he's like, "Well, we had to take out the thing there." So we see the Hokages fight Madara there, like we've seen in the original series. Mostly they were trying to take him out and stuff like that. He jumps on the Ten Tails. He said, um, he's like, "No things there" and stuff like that. Like it happens in the original series, and mostly stuff plays out the same. Um, and stuff like that. And Sasuke technically arrives there. He's like, um, mostly Naruto, or technically Minato is saying, "Naruto, we actually brought you your like little friend there," and stuff like that. That's what Minato was saying. And then they're like, Naruto and Naruto know Sasuke was on his way. They're like, "Oh, there he is," and she's like, "Yep," and stuff like that. And that's what Naruto was saying. and then and then he was saying something about him. Then everybody was like getting pissed, like, why you abandoned us and stuff like that, like in the original series. And they're like, wait, guys, he changed and stuff. Naruto and Naruto were like, wait a minute, he changed it and stuff like that. And he's like, and then he was like saying, like, well, he's like, you know what? I might just be the Hokage, like he said in the original series and stuff like that. And then they're like, wait, what? And stuff like that. Everybody was like, what? And stuff. Naruto and Naruto were like, yeah, you're gonna be Hokage. Yeah, that's my job and stuff like that. And then they're like, and then the first Hokage is like, well, I'm surprised you want to be Hokage there, so why and stuff like that. That's what he was saying and stuff. And then we have some bigger problems there. We have to deal with the Ten Tails there. Or technically, if the Ten Tails wins, there should not be uh, a world again and stuff like that. So, and that's technically where the what if ends there. Technically, in the next what if, technically we'll see Team 7 unite once again there with Naruto, Sasuke, or Naruto, Naruto, Sakura, and Sasuke there. So, yep. Comment, rate, and response to the we like more videos, please subscribe. Hit that notification to see more uploads. Comment, response to the like her out. Peace.